To the concerned parents of Oakwood students. To the concerned parents of Oakwood students. This is our first responders. Precious memories. First response. Our first responders, Precious Memories 2.0. ITB Precious Memories 2.0. Let's say that again. This is our first responders, ITB, First Fruits Precious Memories 2.0 response. For those of y'all watching who may not know who concerned students of Oakwood University is, Oakwood University Oakwood University is an institution in Huntsville, Alabama. This shirt incorrectly says since 1896. This is the first start of the problem. We're going to correct the problem though. This shirt says 1896. (1896) is the point where Rome's challenge, which is what you're dealing with. Rome has been trying to monopolize every institution, every opposition, every remnant, testimony and witness of the everlasting gospel that's going to finish the work and crush Rome, crush Mystery Babylon, crush the West and its fake supremacy, fake authority, crush its fake states in DC, Columbia, British Columbia, its fake crowns, its fake crown colonies, under the fake crown in London, in England. This is what you're dealing with at Oakwood University. First of all, you parents have to understand where the root source of the problem. We're not going to be like the CDC. We're not going to be like your Food and Drug Administration. We're not going to be like your World Health Organization. Fake. Faking as if they care about global health, global wellness. Faking as if they want people to be whole, well, thrive, when the whole agenda is to depopulate. Cause all seed to be unfruitful. This is Rome's challenge. This is what you're dealing with. So some parents reached out to me and stated that in this upcoming school year, the state of Alabama has decided to put a high school of cyber technology on the campus, a public high school on the private on the private campus. Not any type of campus, a private sanctuary. Man. State of Alabama. Do you see what this is? Parents, concerned parents. Do you see what this is? This is not just a box. This is not a chest of gold. This is not some idol to be worshipped. This is a symbol. This is a symbol saying those with the birthright and the Creator have said, I do. I'm going to say that again. This is identical to your fake wedding rings. That's what this is. This is the real. This is the real emblem. Your wedding ring comes from a pagan tradition. This is the real symbol that those in the covenant with the birthright and with dominion, with the everlasting priesthood, the everlasting Levitical faithful servants who minister on behalf of the covenant daily. This is the symbol that the Creator and those in the covenant have said, I do. And both sides are bound to be faithful to the covenant, to the wedding feast covenant that they have made. So how can a state entity that belongs to Rome who destroyed as judgment, who destroyed the empty, fake, abandoned, worthless tabernacle after the people had rejected it. The people rejected these people rejected the covenant marriage. They rejected it. We serve no God but Caesar. They reject the marriage and the covenant, and then they come back And they want to build a state and an empire on the promises, on the financial principles left in the book of the law that God gave Moses when he led the people into that covenant marriage with him. They think, Rome thinks, the Vatican thinks, DC thinks, Jerusalem thinks, anybody in the world thinks that you could walk away from faithfulness to the covenant and still get to claim the blessings, the windows of heaven blessings that only are poured out when you are well done, my good and faithful. Well done, my good and faithful. Unfaithful, lawless individuals, state of Alabama, DC Trump administration, Pope Francis, the Vatican, the United Nations. I'll call you when I'm finished. United Nations, European Union, Pan-African Union. They believe that they are going to challenge, and they believe that just like every other fake Protestant denomination before, they believe that the whole world is going to acknowledge and bow down to a fake authority, fake power, dead institutions, dead empire. Rome received a deadly wound. Rome received a deadly wound. What authority does the West have? What crowns do the West have? What laws, what courts do the West have? Rome received a deadly wound. I don't know about you, but I'm not a fascist. So Benito Mussolini is not an authority in my life. Benito Mussolini, the fascist, he's not a king. He's another Caesar who has no power. But Benito Mussolini came in the 1920s and claimed to give power to a political and a spiritual entity that was killed. I don't know about you, but Benito Mussolini, fascists aren't the Messiah. The only thing that can resurrect from the dead is a creator who can create out of nothing. If Rome was killed in 1798, can Benito Mussolini, a fascist dictator with blood on his hands, resurrect and give power and authority to the same entity that Donald Trump is trying to lead the whole world into following after? Before Donald Trump was in office, Pope Francis went over to Jerusalem. and called the Hall of the Spiritual Leaders of the World and started this fake movement about rebuilding the third temple in Jerusalem. This is Pope Francis's election. This is Pope Francis's U.S. tour. They're all mouthpieces of a dead entity. And now, as soon as HSBCU leaders, yeah, all of the rest of y'all so-called civil rights leaders, y'all African American institutions, they all went to Donald Trump and they received they marching orders at the beginning of the year. And then they think they're gonna come back to my son's institution. The reason that they could get that off with all of you HSBCUs, the reason they could do that to y'all and they can't do it to us is because y'all got y'all start date from them. Your black Greek fraternities, they owed their whole existence to Greece and Rome. They own you. So of course HSBCUs got to go up and get their marching orders from DC and Donald Trump because they own you. But what y'all don't understand is Leslie Pollard don't represent Oakwood. Leslie Pollard don't represent the students who are the birthright of the parents who still honor this covenant. And y'all can play games if y'all want to. But y'all know how this go. You can fool all of these other HSBCUs who haven't taken the time to study the root of the civil rights leaders and how communism trained every last one of them. Communism, Karl Marx. The British Enlightenment, Karl Marx. And the Jesuit priesthood that Pope Francis is a part of created a French Revolution, a Bolshevik revolution in Russia that led to World War I, World War II. And fake divided the world between allies and enemies, where there were no allies and enemies. They were all on the same page. It's one orchestra. It's one conductor of this fake, phony depopulation movement, this purge, this war against the birthright. Rome, Russia, Britain, the US, France, Germany, Japan. There are no allies and Axis power. They are all allies to Rome. Enemies of the birthright. And all of these factions have come together. And all of our people of color who blindly still worship the same fallen sun gods that Rome worships and represents. That's what a black Greek is. A person who still worships the defeated sun gods of Egypt. Rome just says those gods are Roman gods. Because y'all got defeated And our Caesar came down and ruled Egypt just like we ruled Jerusalem when they walked away from God. So when you walk away from your covenant, we have been called to chastise you. The only thing is, you're running down on the people who have never bowed the knee to Baal nor kissed him. That's the difference between these parents here. That's the difference between Morehouse and Oakwood. And just because you got a General Conference of Seventh-day Adventists up there in Washington, D.C., letting you know that they sold out to you too. They don't represent this promised land. They can't sell out children that they did not give birth to. They cannot sell out a vineyard and holy ground that they have not built. Prior to 1898. Prior to 1898. Y'all better try 1830. Tell me one of y'all HSBCUs that was around in 1830. Show me one. There ain't even a SDA Inc. to sell out Oakwood too. Pollard has no authority as a president of an institution when an institution came out of a spiritual movement that predates those trying to sell it, those trying to collect the 30 pieces of silver. Pollard can't collect 30 pieces of silver for Oakwood. You know why? The General Conference of Seventh-day Adventists couldn't collect the 30 pieces of silver. When they tried to prevent Oakwood from being established at all, God bypassed the obstruction of the General Conference of Seventh-day Adventists in 1888. Same time that DC was sitting down with all of the powers of Europe, carving up and enslaving our people in what they called then Africa. And while the General Conference of Seventh-day Adventists were trying to implement the same identical segregation, hatred, eugenics, depopulation, God called a series of our ancestors, William Foy, John Horse, Josiah Henson, the true Underground Railroad, Josiah Henson. These are all, Ellen White, these are all people of color. Yeah, I know the General Conference of Seventh-day Adventists tried to claim Ellen White. One drop rule. One drop rule. The iron will not mix with the clay. One drop rule. When the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair skinned, and they went to marry as many of them as they could. Before then and after that, giants were in the land, because the sons of God, the men of renown, the men of old, the Creator is telling you that our Nubian ancestors, before they went in unto the fair people of the earth, this is a description of Adam's seed and Cain's seed after Cain walked away from God's covenant. We're talking about individuals who divorced the covenant. They, maintain dominion. He said, I will put enmity between the good seed. Every good seed brings forth good fruit. Adam and Eve. Every bad seed, Cain, brings forth bad fruit. Cain, where's your brother? Am I my brother's Every bad seed brings forth bad fruit. So then when the good seed was seeing the fair skin, Cain had been marked genetically. His children bore the mark. The word of God says the mark was fair skin. So when Nubian, Cushite, Genesis chapter 2 describes Adam and Eve's children as Havilah Cush, where he entered into the wedding covenant with them. Told them, be fruitful, Havilah Cush. Havilah Cush is not fair skinned. When the sons of God saw the daughters of men, I know, the Roman Catholic Church and their apocryphal, fake, phony, written works, Book of Enoch, apocryphal gospels, told you that the sons of God are fallen. I know, fallen beings. When have you seen fallen beings be able to procreate? Never. God has never given an angel an ability to procreate with a human being. Never. Hold up. What? Huh? Lucifer don't have the ability to procreate. Only Adam, created in the Creator's image, and only Eve, created in the Holy Ghost, the Queen image. When the two become one, can be fruitful and multiply and procreate. The fallen angels don't have the ability to do that. Huh? Say what? Yeah, state of Alabama, y'all better go back and regroup. Y'all dealing with the wrong people here. All right? So I'm just giving you a backdrop. So now I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna present to these parents the solution. So they talking about they gonna move into our holy ground and they gonna put a cyber and technology school, high school, public high school for other outside individuals on our land and our ground. Well, we got students, Oakwood Academy. I'm a proud parent of a student that graduated from Oakwood Academy. My wife's middle sister was sent down to us while we were at Oakwood University from Chicago to attend Oakwood Academy, and she graduated. Under the tutelage, she was in this performing arts club, acting up. This was her English teacher. Payan was her math teacher. Mason West was her religion teacher. Al and Contessa Johnson then took over the athletic department. Later, I was a freshman at Peterson Hall with Al Johnson. So they're talking about moving their students into our dormitory, Peterson Hall, and then they're going to take over Oakwood Academy, and they're going to put a science, cyber technology school to train and teach skills to outside individuals. So outside individuals are going to benefit. Outside individuals, public, outside individuals. They're going to move into our land and they're going to give their people skills to thrive in a digital age. And somebody at Oakwood thought that was a good idea. Pollard. Somebody at the General Conference of Seventh-day Adventists thought that was a good deal. That's why the state of Alabama is muscling and flexing its muscle. Somebody thought when they went up and sat with Donald Trump, as he is carrying out the agenda of Pope Francis to cause all of free and poor, rich and bond, to bow. Nah, homie. All right. So we're going to put another proposal on the table. We're going to send this cyber technology to state of Alabama. You got, this is how we're going to do this. You got the Redstone Arsenal. You got the Redstone Arsenal, what makes all of your weapon, which carries out all of your orders from Donald Trump, like dropping bombs on Syria. As soon as he get in office, 100 days in office, he's dropping bombs on Syria, displacing our peoples. You got Redstone Arsenal. Then you got Boeing. You got the research park up there with all of the people that make all of your weapons right there in Huntsville. You got the fascist Von Braun, who went to NASA and built the Space and Rocket Center program. You got NASA, the Rocket Center, fascist Von Braun. You got Boeing and all of those that make all of your weapons. You got Redstone Arsenal. Then you got Alabama A&M. The pipeline, straight from Nigeria. Nigeria is the capital of where the Germans went in and colonized in Africa. They call Nigeria the Black Germans. So you can put your little cyber technology school in all four of those locations. And then we're going to come with a real science, technology, engineering, recreation, arts, math, streams. We're going to show you what cash flow is based off of technology, science, engineering. We're going to prove to the world, number one, that Europe, that Greece, that Rome was built by sellouts called the Blackamoors, by idol worshippers called the Blackamoors, by unfruitful, unfaithful, disrespectful, lawless individuals who walked away from God's covenant. And we're going to show you what the difference is between those in God's covenant, those with the birthright blessing, the renown, the ones who have talents and flip talents, faithful servants. And we're going to take that dormitory Peterson Hall, and I'm going to show you a series of entities that are going to be housed in Peterson Hall. That will invest in a program and a pipeline that not only will run through Oakwood, it's going to connect all the way up and down the East Coast, from Orlando, Florida, Huntsville, Alabama, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Pine Forge, New Jersey, Brooklyn, over to San Fran, and down the West Coast, all the way down to California, Southern California, Compton, LA, all the way back over, crisscrossing the nation. We're going to turn Oakwood into a launch pad for streams in our response to Rome's challenge. Y'all want to compete for technology? Y'all want to compete for science, innovation? Y'all want to compete? We're going to do y'all like Jesse Owens did Adolf Hitler at the Olympics in Germany. Yeah, that's how we're going to do y'all. We're going to take y'all challenge and we're going to show y'all what dominion looks like. We're going to show y'all what commandment keeping looks like. What faithful servant looks like. No, you're not coming on our campus. No, you're not going to put no program for some other children. No. Our students at Oakwood Academy presently will get access to our streams program. And then when y'all launch y'all fake, phony cyber technology, because what y'all people don't know is y'all don't even care about y'all students in public school. Y'all not trying to see public schools thrive. Y'all not trying to put them and make the US a superpower. Donald Trump, the US, Alabama could care less about the students of Alabama. Y'all could care less. If y'all did since 2011, y'all would be investing in technology. There's a brand new technology where millionaires are being made all around the world, and y'all know about it. Blockchain technology. Y'all know about it. But y'all letting the Swiss, the Chinese, y'all letting the Germans, in Serbia, y'all letting them go and master. In Russia, y'all letting a dude create blockchain technology for Ethereum. Y'all got Silicon Valley here. The only reason y'all coming to Alabama, y'all coming to Oakwood is because we got the everlasting gospel. We got the birthright. And we the only ones who can bring back fruitfulness in this game plan of destruction that y'all have to bring the whole world to its knees, wandering after the beast. That's Rome's challenge. So, yes, we're going to expose you. So now I'm going to come back and I'm going to show the parents each and every component of the streams. I'm going to show each and every one of the teams that was associated with. From my parents' era, graduated in 1980, to the present day era, my son about to graduate next year. Every single team, every single organization, every single movement that came through that campus, every single anointed is going to have a headquarters right in Peterson Hall and going to invest in Oakwood Academy to give those students at Anna Knight, the elementary school, at Oakwood Academy, and the students at Oakwood University what they should be getting and they're not getting from the current administration. This is our response. Just getting started.